Hello, yogis. Today's class is a Vinyasa yoga class, and we'll be adding a few arm balances. So we'll begin at the top of our mats. Bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Your hands to heart center, or your feet can be hip width distance apart, your choice. Just begin to slow your breath down here. Nice deep inhales and exhales through your nose. Perhaps just set your intention for your practice today. And just hold on to this intention as we flow with the breath. Slowly open your eyes. Inhale, reach up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward, bring your hands outside your feet, forehead towards your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, hug your belly in, gaze forward, hands to the shins or the floor. Exhale, bend your knees, step your left foot back, lower your left knee all the way to the ground. Inhale, rise up to your low lunge. Your knee is stacked directly over your ankles. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your left toes, step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Inhale to plank. Stack shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower your knees down and then lower your chest all the way down to your mat. Keep your elbows in. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Keep your head neutral. Exhale, come through tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg. Flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, plant your right foot between your hands. Inhale, step, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, hands to your shins or the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, step your right foot back, lower your right knee all the way down to your mat. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your right toes, step to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, and then lower your chest all the way down. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhale, come through tabletop, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, sweep your left leg up, flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, plant your left foot between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to plank. Lower halfway or all the way, your choice. Keep your elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees. Look between your hands or step or hop. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to your plank. Lower halfway or all the way, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Broaden through your collarbones. Nice neutral head. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bend your knees for chair pose. Sit your hips back, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to plank, lower halfway or all the way, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands, rise up to warrior one. Ground through the outer edge of your left foot. Square your hips toward the front of your mat and soften your shoulders down and away from your ears. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, either step straight to down dog or take a vinyasa, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, breath in. Breath out. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands, rise, warrior one. Ground through the outer edge of your right foot. 90-degree bend in your left knee. Soften the face, soften the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, step to down dog or take your flow, your choice. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop, front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sit your hips back. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, step to your plank. You can always skip it and go straight to down dog. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps between your hands, rise, warrior one. Exhale, step to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, left foot steps between your hands, rise, warrior one. Exhale, step to down dog or take your flow. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your gaze up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Clasp your big toes with your peace fingers and your thumb. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. If it's comfortable, you can begin to straighten out your legs. Bend your elbows out to the side. Release any tension through your neck and your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, slide your hands under your feet this time. Bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and begin to straighten the legs or keep the knees bent, your choice. And slowly release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Scoot your feet all the way out to the sides of your mat. Turn your toes out, heels in. Inhale, exhale, sit into Malasana. Bring your hands to heart center. Use your elbows to pry the thighs open here. Imagine a nice straight line of energy from the crown of your head all the way to your tailbone. Breathe deeply, full belly breath. You can stay right here. If crow pose is part of your practice, you'll bring your hands down and then bring your knees up toward your armpits as close as they can get. Use your triceps as a shelf. Bring your gaze forward. Bend your elbows as if you're in chaturanga. Keep the gaze forward. Maybe lift one foot. Maybe lift the other foot. And then maybe both feet. Again, that gaze is still forward. Take a few breaths. And you'll either come back through your Malasana and then step back and take a flow, or you can shoot your feet back for chaturanga from here. Inhale to up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. And then take an extended child's pose, knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the ground. Sit your hips back towards your heels. And take a few deep breaths. As you're ready, slowly make your way into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees for chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, twist, bring your right elbow outside your left thigh, notch your knee. Your gaze is up over your left shoulder. Take a few deep breaths here. You can stay right here, or you can come into your side crow. Bring your hands down to the outside of your mat. Bend your elbows again like you're in chaturanga, and then maybe lift the feet up off the ground for a few breaths. Inhale, come back through your chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, twist left elbow outside the right thigh. Your gaze is up over your right shoulder this time. Stay here or come into your side crow, placing your hands to the side of your mat. Bend your elbows. Stack your thigh on your left tricep. Few deep breaths. Inhale, come back through chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the feet hip width distance apart. And just grab your elbows and hang. Maybe sway from side to side. Take a few deep breaths here. As you're ready, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back to your down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, plant your right foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Gaze over your right middle finger. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips. Breathe deep. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Maybe scoot your left leg in slightly. Reach your right fingertips toward the front of your mat. And then bring your right fingertips anywhere along your shin to the outside of your right foot. Maybe gripping your big toe. Your gaze is up toward your left thumb or straight in front of you if that strains your neck. Take one more inhale. Exhale, half moon. Bend into your right knee. Bring your right fingertips directly under your right shoulder. Slowly lift your left leg up. Flex through your left foot and bring your gaze toward your left thumb if you're steady. Otherwise, you can keep your gaze down toward your mat. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower your left hand down. Square your hips. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center for a variation of warrior three. Inhale, hug your left knee into your chest. It's okay if you lose your balance. I do it all the time. Exhale, figure four. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Few options. You can stay right here. You can lower your elbows down towards your shin. You can bring your hands down to the ground, or you can take the arm balance, which is going to be your flying pigeon. If you're taking flying pigeon, you're hooking your left foot as high up on your right shoulder as you can get it. Again, create that shelf with your triceps. Bend the elbows like you're in chaturanga. Gaze forward. Maybe lift your right leg up with a bent knee. Maybe straighten it out. Wherever you're at, we're going to take a flow. So either step back to your chaturanga or maybe float back. Inhaling to your up dog. Exhaling to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, plant your left foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Gaze over your left middle finger this time. If you glance down, you should still be able to see your left big toe. A few deep breaths. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your left arm up, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Maybe scooch that right leg in slightly. Reach your left fingertips toward the front of your mat. And then bring your left hand anywhere along your shin or to the outside of your left foot. Your gaze is up toward your right thumb or straight in front of you if that strains your neck. Take one more exhale. Inhale, bend into your left knee, half moon. Bring that left hand under your left shoulder. Float your right leg up, flex through your right foot. Gaze up toward your right thumb or down at the ground. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right hand down. Inhale, hands to heart center for a warrior 3 variation. Inhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Exhale, figure 4, cross your right ankle over the left thigh, bend your left knee. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, lower your elbows to your shin. Option 3, you can have your hands down on the ground. Option 4, you're taking that flying pigeon, really hook your right foot toward that left shoulder as high as you can get it. Use your triceps as a shelf, bend your elbows, gaze forward. Maybe float your left leg up, maybe straighten your left leg. Again, regardless of where you're at, you'll either step back and take a flow or float back. We'll all meet in down dog. And then take an extended child's pose, knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the ground, few deep breaths. As you're ready, make your way into down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, pigeon pose. Right heel outside your left hip. Extend your left leg straight back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, make your way onto your elbows or bring your forehead all the way to the ground for a few breaths. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, walk your fingertips back, tuck your left toes. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, pigeon pose, left heel outside your right hip. Square yourself over the left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down onto your elbows or bring your forehead to the ground. A few deep breaths. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, walk your hands back. Tuck your toes, step back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Slowly walk your way towards center and then have a seat on your mat. We'll roll all the way down onto our backs. Bring your heels in towards your bum. Plant your hands outside your hips. Set yourself up for your bridge pose. Inhale, lift your hips toward the sky. You can stay here or shrug one shoulder under and then the other, interlacing your fingers. Just keep the back of your head planted firmly on your mat. Take an inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale, slowly roll down. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and then just allow your knees to fall in. You can bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly. Bring your arms out to a T or cactus your arms. Inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Exhale, drop your knees to your right. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, drop your knees over to your left. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, come into your final relaxation pose. Shavasana, extend one leg and then the other. Turn your palms toward the ceiling and close your eyes. Feel your weight being completely supported by the earth. And just know you have nowhere else to be but in this moment. If you have the time, I encourage you to stay here as long as you'd like. But if you're ready, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Keep your eyes closed. Perhaps reach your arms up and point your toes for a full body stretch. Gently hug your knees into your chest. Maybe just rock from side to side to massage out your low back. And then make your way onto either side in the fetal position for a few breaths. And take your time, there's no rush. Gently press your way back to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today and taking this time for you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.